Well, it's the 10th of January, 2026. So, on the 27th of July, 2025, driving my car, and I'm going to pick up this young lady. She was born on the 28th. No, she was born on the 8th of September. That's right, 8th of September. And the Christian belief is that people born on the 8th of December have a special gift because uh, God's mother was born on the 8th. Well, not Jesus Christ, his mother, is born on the 8th of September. That's what they believe. This story is not about this young lady. I'm just stating that God stopped my vehicle on the way to go pick up this young lady, and I'll probably do a reading on her or something like that. I can't remember right now. But anyway, he took me out of my body, and I'm driving the car. This is the first time he's ever done something like this, and so this will be the fourth time that I've interacted with him. And he's like doing these videos that I'm doing. He says, "You got to get them done, and you got to get them done before the end of 2025." And I said, "Well, what, do you want me to stop?" And he said, "No, no, I don't want you to stop, but I want you to catch up." And so I understood that. And I said, "Listen, I'm in my car driving. I'm going to get into an accident." He goes, "Look, you're talking to me. You can see your body in your car. Your car is frozen. Time has been frozen. I'm the only one that can do this." He said, "I can set time back. I can set time forward. Time doesn't mean nothing to me, but it means something to you." And I said, all right, I get it. I'm going to try to get this done. And so this video that I'm doing now is to tell you that I'm caught up to today's date. That's what why I'm doing this. And I sort of achieved God's goal to get caught up to the best of my ability. I'm about 10 days late, approximately. But anyway, I'll start off with the story. So this young lady was about a week ago, approximately. She needed a reading really bad. And her friend, which is the person I did a reading on 2 weeks before that, was like, "You really got to help this young lady. She's going through a big, hard time." And I said, sometimes just because I'm a psychic and I can do readings might not always help a person. But if it's a part that I can do, then I will try. So I meet the young lady. She's not very wealthy. She's living in one of those homes where they take care of you. I don't know, shelters and stuff like that. And so I told her, I said, "Listen, you don't have to give me anything," because she wanted to give me something. And I said, "If you can't afford to even shelter yourself or feed yourself, I don't expect you to give me anything." And she was like, "No, I'm sorry, but I got to give you something." And I didn't know that this person was homeless and stuff like this at the time. And I'm pretty busy, so I don't have time to do readings constantly. And they hurt a lot. They take a lot of energy. And I don't do it as much because of how much energy it takes. And anyway, so I start the reading, and I see a lot of death. And I hate death. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. And I sort of knew that this was going to happen with this young lady because when the other girl called me to do the reading on her, like her friend that I did a reading on before, and I said to her, I said, "I can feel that this is not going to be good reading because there's a lot of chaos, death, and stuff like that. That's something I really don't like." But anyway, I started with the reading with this girl, and she is in maybe her late 40s, early 50s, and I start seeing it, and I start feeling it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I see a child that passed away. Then I see a person that she was involved with for decades or longer pass away. And she starts crying. And that's another thing. When a person starts to cry, they're going to call for the spirit that loved them and they love them. And that's going to come. And because I am the person involved with this person crying, it's going to assume that I am the person making her cry. So it's going to attack me. In some ways, it's kind of good because I'll be able to tell how the person passed away. And sure enough, I got more information than that. It came to me And it came inside, and I felt it died by some type of disease, like a sickness of some sort. And it was pretty quick. So I went with cancer, just a psychic guess. And she goes, "Oh my God, yes, he died of cancer." And I'm like, "Oh man, that's like, was your husband common law?" They were common law. They lived together and all that. And they had 3 kids. And I go on. But then I see bad things. Like, this person was very abusive to her. He would beat her. He would rape her. He would do bad things to her. But she still loved him. Now, in this case, when a person passes away and the other person's asking me, is he going to go to heaven? And I'm like, I know he's in purgatory, because purgatory is where most ghosts are. And that's where they stay until God judges 100% where they're going to go. And the only thing I'm telling her, I say, listen, him going to heaven is up to you. And, the things that he's done and all that, you have to decide how you feel about it and how you're going to justify what he's done to you. And she's like, yeah, he's done all these things, but I still love him. Now, in a lot of cases, when something like this happens, the people that are getting beaten think that the person that's beating them loves them because they are beating them. And that's wrong. No, they have a problem. They shouldn't be beating on you thinking that they love you. That is definitely wrong. Now, when it comes to a person passing away and the person's still thinking that a person that beats them loves them, I got to talk to this young lady and tell her, like, listen, the abuse and suffering you went through, you should have got counseling and help. And that's not a psychic point of view. That's reality. When things are being abusive and hurting you, you should get help from a psychiatrist or a therapist or a counselor. Anybody that has a lot more education than I do. But anyway, being homeless and everything like that made it kind of difficult for her to really get help. And I told her, I said, in 1 month, give me a contact and I'll do some praying for you and hope that you get some stable accommodations for you to live and contact with your children. And she said she would do so. But she cried so much during this reading, and that hurt a lot, because that spirit that she was in love with was a very not nice spirit, and it was attacking me like crazy and making me feel its illness. And that kind of affects me in a big way. But I still want to help the lady. She is a victim, actually, and I'm doing the best that I can. And she did give me a donation. I said, I don't need to take this. But she goes, yes, you have to take it. It'll make me feel better. So I did take it. It wasn't much, but to her it was a lot. So anyway, this is my story for now. And about these numbers things that I was telling you, like the 27th. In a movie one time I was watching, it was about God. The one gentleman's going to his hotel room, and his hotel room number was 27. This was a movie a long time ago that they made, and the actor was a singer, actually, and became an actor to do this movie. And I thought he did a really good job as being the person in contact with God. And the person playing God at the time was very good as well, but he passed away. So that way you can figure out which movie that is. But everything is got to do with numbers, letters, signs, stars. They're all in front of us to tell us what it is and what it isn't. Like my sister passing away on the 7th of December. That's 712. That's a really, really good number. And everything else that's been happening is got all the numbers there. Like what he told me, like on the 27th of July, that he wants this done. That gave me at least 17 weeks. So you got the 7, you got the 17, you got the 27. That's 3 sevens in a row. Yeah. Numbers mean a lot to me too, and I see a lot into it. But anyway, I don't want to make this 10 minutes. This is my story for today, and I'll see you next week. Bye.